It's happening. It's happening.
Holy shit, we're still alive. Can you believe it? We're live. Literally, again. Yeah, there we go. There's the stream. There's my confirmation. Let me check my audio through my headphones. You know, what the hell? Oh, I'm playing a video of mine in my tab somehow. Okay, it sounds good. Sounds as it should. Welcome back once again, VOD viewers. If you didn't watch all of the other videos that have the same title as this one before this one, you're coming to the last one first. And you really should know better based on the organization. They have times and dates. Although actually, they're kind of out of order, because the first one is like second in the list. So never mind, you're totally forgiven for thinking this is a clusterfuck.
It is.
But we started at like, what, exactly 9 o'clock?
Like 9:30, I think.
What time is it right now? It's 9.
Oh, sorry.
It's 9 o'clock.
I thought you meant this morning.
No,
like 11.
yes, that's correct. But no, we've started just now at exactly 9, and we'll probably go until exactly midnight, the end of the fiscal month, when it is no longer meaningful
Right
to
before
receive
midnight,
super
so it
chats,
still counts.
for the sake of getting that money within March, a month when I'm not going to be traveling.
Rip and tear until it is done.
So we'll probably do more streams. Probably not on this channel, because we also want to launch a bird streaming channel. And then we can
I just got habanero pepper in my eye.
Yeah. So all of the videos are back up in case you somehow missed that. And yeah, Bird had to sign up for like an account to play Doom, I guess, for some reason. It was strange. But you know, it's Doom Eternal, and apparently this game is really good. I believe it because I really loved Doom 2016. Alright, I have to advertise that we are live to Twitter. Let's see. I'm going to call this the Encore stream.
It's Doomin' time. Doom's all over the place.
Okay.
Hell Priest signal.
Alright. Oh yeah, I also have to edit the description because Streamlabs keeps automatically putting their link in there, which is not really helpful. This isn't what I want.
I think I'm about to doom.
If anybody has recommendations for other streaming software other than Streamlabs OBS, which has become a weird, unwieldy monster suddenly, let me know about them.
I don't think it's that unwieldy.
It's the fact that it forces you to have this Streamlabs link in your description, but I don't have an active Streamlabs link, so it's not a valid way to support me, but it makes me publish the video with that link. I can change it, but it's just obnoxious to have to do that at the start of a live stream.
This music, or the music rules. This is great.
Also, it forces me to do, like, it's... It used to be that with YouTube you could set up all the details of a live stream in YouTube and then just start the stream on Streamlabs and it would keep all the details on YouTube. Now you have to upgrade to premium to have that feature, which is ridiculous. Hello Mopu, I don't remember seeing you in the chat earlier, but you made it. I've been live streaming like all day. I've been awake for a very long time now, but I've been hype off of the energy of, you know, spending a lot of, don't need the Streamlabs version, that's true, I have used regular OBS before. I guess I kind of assumed it must be also tainted if it's under the same company, but maybe it's still pure. I'll have to download it and find out. But I've been using slobs for quite a while, so it's very disturbing to download it on a new computer and it for it to just be shit. And it's like, oh no, why is it like this? Why did this happen? When did this happen? But yeah, it was disconcerting. This is Bird's first time ever playing any form of Doom.
It's pretty gory.
Oh yeah, it's fucking Doom.
Yeah,
it was the first Satanic Panic video game. It's the game that the fucking Columbine shooters played.
Oh.
Yeah, the original Doom. It was edgy in the 90s is what I'm trying to say. And they ripped off all the music from Metallica.
What do you reckon I have to do here?
Is there a
I can double jump.
button that is like an interact button or something?
Oh,
yeah, there
E.
you go. But yeah, this looks like already really fun. I'm really glad that it just jumps right into the action, because what pissed me off about Doom 2016, which is a game I absolutely love, but it has a habit of making fun of like the overly talkative, like super serious, tone of other shooter games, but it still kind of does it. It still has these long-ass unskippable cutscenes that are just as frustrating as they are in, like, Half-Life 2, which is a game that I can't stand the cutscenes in. Because you're just kind of walking around a room back and forth while people talk at you that you can optionally even look at.
Shit, what are glories?
It's just goofy
Is it E?
to me.
I think it's E.
This game, I didn't even notice any kind of cutscene at all. If it happened, it was so quick, I wasn't paying attention. You're moving fast as shit. I love how it looks on the laptop. I'm sure it looks like dog shit on the stream by comparison, but what is this laptop, by the way? We haven't really talked about it at all.
RG Zephyrus G14.
It's badass.
It's very cool.
We went to Best Buy and we were away from home, and we were just like, what is the best laptop they have here that we could walk out with and be playing Overwatch? Because Bird's addicted to Overwatch too. I think you also bought this game and installed it like pretty immediately, and I was
on sale.
Intending to play it, but I have not gotten around to it yet. But I'm excited watching you play it because it looks fucking awesome. This looks like everything I possibly would want a video game to be. It looks like it's probably even better than 2016, and I'm not gonna lie, a little jealous watching you play it. It's kind of. This is like the ultimate fucking Coomer, or not even RPG, FPS. Like, it's just non-stop fucking shit. You understand how I kept, like, every time you were playing fucking Borderlands 3, I was just like, it just looks like you're playing Doom.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, this is a lot more involved.
Yeah, this one's a little more detailed also than 2016, because that was the first of this new line of Doom, and this is like significantly better looking, like just graphically, level design, like just a major step up, and also the performance is like crazy. You're moving really fast. I'm sure part of that's because I've played Doom 2016 on like a PS4 and not a powerful laptop. That I'm sure. Well, I don't know. I'd have to play it on here to know what it's like.
Atop mighty thralls, the Hell Priests oversaw the invasion of the mortal world. The Thrall, slave titan of the underworld, carried the priest temples into the wake of battle, providing the priests with vigil of hell's advance from a strategically impervious emplacement. From their temple perch the priests would... Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't want to read this anymore. Well, no, it's fun. It's like Mass Effect. You don't have to read it, right?
Yeah. Mass Effect also fully voices all of that shit.
Whoa.
That guy's got fucked up grills. Ooh, his eyes though. You can skip this if you want to. It said hold to skip.
Sure.
I'm not going to skip that you should. I'm just saying that I appreciate that you have the option, because you literally didn't in 2016, even though they were making fun of it. It's frustrating. Maybe they fixed it on the computer version. I haven't played it. Cosmo said, pretty sure Mortal Kombat was the first Satanic Panic game.
Yeah, it
probably. But I think that was like The difference mainly is like that game is remarkable for being extremely violent. Doom is uniquely satanic. Like, it is about going to hell and like fighting demons, you know, and particularly after, you know, the shooting was associated with the game because like one of them had made like a level in the modding community or something like that. You know, I think that combined with the wide, like, you know, Mortal Kombat only ever getting more popular throughout the 90s, so it's not like it stopped being controversial, you know, when Doom came out either. They were both contributing to the moral uproar around video games at a time when actually gun violence was like reducing on the overall or something like that. Some kind of silly statistic that used to get bandied around by people who are really upset if you talk about video games making people violent, which I still think there is an argument to be made that they can. But it mostly depends on how you feel about the video game. You know? Jacob Wagner just donated $5 by superchat.
Thank you, Jacob
So that
Wagner.
I can rant about something. I have seen the city 1,000 times. Through the glass 20 stories high, I have watched this city burn.
Hey, no fault in.
If everything that you've said is true, there is no hope someday they will learn. But if I stay here with you, then I will leave them to their doom. Do not say this is
What is
how
happening
it
here?
has to be. He posted Proto Men lyrics,
I see.
so I had to just go for it. And I have to say, I think my voice sounded pretty nice singing that just now. That's definitely in my range. With my throat's like fucked up because I've been doing this for what was it, like over almost 7 hours that we have live streamed today. We're closing in on 7 hours in like a few minutes, I think. And then we're just gonna keep going for like another 3. It's probably gonna be like a 10-hour live streaming day, all just to fucking serve hype about the fact that the videos are up and you can go watch them. If you're not gonna watch this, you can watch those. Either way, you'll get served ads and watch time and get my videos promoted so that more ads will run in front of them for the coming month and you know, and into the future, should any of them remain popular and relevant. God willing, forever. I like the money. I want residuals, goddammit. I did all this work. I shouldn't have taken it away from myself for as long as I did, but you know, it's all there now. I did not really intend to take it down. I'm just going to leave these as archive channels. I've kind of gone over this in the other live streams, but just for anybody who's new here, because we're actually got viewers tuning in now, you know, I put all the videos back up because I don't have intent to use this channel for future projects on YouTube should I make them. I might post some shit posts here because it's already just a big fucking gallon of weird shit and shit posts and bizarreness. As I was relisting everything in my history, I'm just like, I'm an insane person. Why did I make all this shit? This is crazy. Like, there's so many weird ideas. So there's nothing that I would feel like uncomfortable posting on this channel. The last 2 things I posted were Baby Stabber, which is now the channel trailer, and Stealing Dan by Steely Danny Brown, which is my Danny Brown Steely Dan remix mashup album. Jacob Wagner says, I don't know if you remember, I did the same thing 3 years ago now in an old stream that got removed. I don't specifically remember, but I know I've done it probably more than once, because I remember me and Tom singing that song and fucking...
Hey, a new weapon.
What's that other one? Hawthorne Heights a whole bunch of times on the I Am Game streams. I have no idea. I'm sure those probably exist somewhere. I have no idea. There's still stuff that's on other channels that I can't really vouch for being up, and there's some videos that are still blocked, of course, but by far the most of my content that has ever been online is now, as of me doing this. I literally posted stuff that has never been actually listed as public before, not realizing how much of it there was and that it was going to flood everybody's upbeat. But you know, it was good advertising on accident for the fact that all the videos are back. If these live streams weren't going to cut it, or me talking about it on Twitter, but I just want to see what happens when everybody gets access to it again all at once, and what catches on, or is brought up, or like is held against me in contempt of court forever. Who knows? But I just let it all out. I'm not ashamed of my past anymore. It's you know, it is what it is, and it's more fun to have it all there than to not, especially if I'm just not going to use these channels going forward anyways. I'd rather just start fresh with something that's consistent. The biggest problem I've had my entire blogging career, long before it was a YouTube channel, Bacaraptor used to always point out that I was constantly changing the name of my blog, the format of my writing, the entire aesthetic identity of it, and people could not keep track of it unless they were actively trying, which only really Bacaraptor was, because I was on Anime Nano and he just read everything that was on Anime Nano. So, you know, it wasn't really a concern of his. He's doing it through an RSS feed, but not a lot of people were doing that, like, and reading my blog. So, you know, and all of us were using RSS feeds to keep up with each other's blogs after a certain point, but, I miss RSS feeds. They made the internet feel more open, but also manageable than it all just coming through your Twitter and YouTube and Facebook feed. And pretty much nothing else. TikTok, I guess, if you use TikTok.
I don't really get TikTok, do you?
Nope.
I don't really get TikTok, do you?
Nope. Lofa says, I played Doom Eternal because of an I Am Games video. Yeah, like, when it came out, Tom immediately was on it because he's a huge Doom fan. I was hugely into Doom 2016, but when this game came out, people were saying that it was a lot harder and that it was very different, and I just did not want to pay full price for a video game at a time where I was not really, like, playing video games, you know? I was like, I'll just wait for it to get cheap, like I had already done with Doom 2016 by the time No, did I play that when it was new? I think I actually did play that when it was new, because I was sold on it by all the positive reviews from, like, Errant Signal and shit. It just looked so awesome, and this one looks so awesome. I can't wait to play it myself. But yeah,
What?
it was really funny to suddenly have an old After Dark video pop up in my feed featuring Digiro failing to ship some shirts. I don't even know which one that is, but it sounds hilarious. It's probably like, because there's one that's just called the Depressing Update Vlog. It's probably like I got like shirts sent back to me or something like that. I have no idea. It sounds really funny. So I plan on bringing back the After Dark channel. They're all back. The channel is called Branches of Yig. That is the last thing that I changed it to. I know that I still also have been remembering it as After Dark. It might even benefit me to change it to like Yig After Dark, just so that the After Dark association is there or something. Because people keep asking me, like, and I'm like, it's there. It's all up. Search for the video you're looking for. Just, you know. There must be over 7,000 videos, if not over 8,000 videos total between the channels, between everything that's online, and that's not including thousands of blog posts and forum posts. So, like, the amount of content I've made that is on the internet it remains staggering. I lost the login to the blog, My Sword is Unbelievably Dull. The reason that, like, it has not been updated in, like, 6 years or whatever is that at some point I got logged out and I, like, could not find After Dark. Yig Studio After Dark is Yig Sad. That's really funny. I like that. Now that's kind of convincing. Yeah. The fuck was I just talking about? That was so funny. I literally mind wiped.
Hey, speaking of which, could you go stir the chili real quick?
Oh yes, Bird. You should talk about what the chili that you're making is right now while I'm stirring.
I bought Better Than Bouillon Chipotle something or other. Oh shit, I was not paying attention while I was playing this video game. Oh, right, whatever. Beatrice was kind enough as to pay for the groceries. So we got a Better Than Bouillon Chipotle thing. Really nice powdered beef stock that looks good and tastes great. 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, 3 cans of different kinds of beans, 2 kidneys, and a black bean, I think. An onion, 3 bell peppers, 2 poblano peppers, a couple habaneros, and it's actually not that spicy, which is nice, but it is also a lot of other stuff, too. I don't know what makes anything chili, so I just threw a bunch of peppers, onion, and meat, and tomato, and I figure that must count. At least a little bit. Doom's fun. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it on the same difficulty. I guess I also don't know if I can change that. Damn, what the hell? Fuck off. Oh shit. That's a big guy. Oh, big eye. Hey, I died for the first time. Big eye man. Scary.
Like, behemoth thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Keiko demons.
Is that what they're called? Amazing. I always thought they were like the, not behemoth, beholder?
Oh, okay.
The thing from D&D, but demonic.
Alright, I forgot about the grenade. I'll go use that next time. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I died again.
Yeah, yeah, I was explaining, right, that my sword is unbelievably dull.wordpress.com. For years, I posted every single text version of my videos to my blog. So I would, embed the YouTube link and post the text version, and I linked to it in the video as the text version on the website. So it was still, it wasn't necessarily getting a lot of, views because most people just watch the YouTube video and don't care about the text version. But there are certain people who always appreciated it, either because if they can't speak English as well or can't keep up with what I'm saying or just want to be able to go back over it, they appreciated having it. So I would post it to My Sword is Unbelievably Dull, which is, the name of this. It remains the name of my anime blog in perpetuity, as that is also an archive that will never be posted on again. But this time simply because of the fact that I lost the login. And I could never figure it out. And it's not really that easy to recover because I think the recovery email is like an email that was hacked ages ago or something like that. So, yeah, I just can't get into it. So I abandoned the old anime blog. But there's maybe 70 or so posts that I know are privated because they, at some point, when I started taking the blog more seriously, I just unlisted all the cringe. Whatever was just out and out.
Well, that surely couldn't have been true.
No, obviously not all of the cringe. But anything that was just way too personal or had really not very good, I unlisted. But I kept pretty much anything that, even if it kind of sucked and was poorly written, I could just put a note at the top and be like, this is old content, but I leave it up because I want you to see how much better I've gotten. So still a lot of the really old shit on the blog that is fucking terribly written is still up. And it's, cringe from the perspective of okay, this is bad. But it's not cringe in the sense of a diary entry that has nothing to do with anime, So that's the only stuff that I know is not on the internet. There's websites that have gone down. I had GeoCities, Rurouni Kenshin fan sites. Those are not findable. I have plenty of pen and paper notation and a massive Google Drive of things that should I die before I finish any of it, I hope someone publishes for me posthumously.
I feel a little called out over here, but okay.
If not you, there's a few other people who I'm gonna be upset at post grave if they don't publish my best stuff on my Google Drive and my notes on my phone or whatever I've got that all my shit's on, posthumous publishing.
Posthumous.
Because some of it's probably worth salvaging by somebody. And you can make some money off of it because I'll be dead. And dead people make more money than alive people because capitalism.
What the heck? What does it want me to do here? I don't get it. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was happening there. Maybe you had to go around it. Like, you can't walk on the part that's not that texture. So you just gotta follow the texture, and it only seems to wrap left. So, can you go left?
No.
It doesn't let you go around that corner.
Maybe I can swing off these? I don't know.
Is there something else that you can... Oh, yeah, maybe
Oh
over
shit.
there.
Nope.
Yeah.
Low health. Well, yeah.
Oh, I forgot that it like makes you lose health when you fall into a pit, but just respawns you anyways. Like, yeah, I guess you just took some damage from falling into lava. Makes perfect fucking sense. You're in hell. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, this is Earth.
Oh, well. This is Earth, not even Mars?
Yeah.
Incredible. T-shirt shipping update. That's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, like, I mentioned this in one of the earlier streams, but there were a few videos on After Dark. I had to go through and do it like page by page instead of all at once, like relisting them, because there were some videos that were just like me going around my old house explaining where like people would sleep if they were to come to like if we were to do RadCon at the house type thing, that was like built strictly for utility and made for certain people, for like the purposes of scouting the locations, and that's the only stuff that I was like, well, this doesn't need to be public, but I have to find it amidst all the shit. And then there was tons of stuff that was like unlisted or private, but had been released either through like Patreon backing or just like to like a chat or on Twitter or something, or like in a Reddit that like, so it has like a couple hundred views, but it was never actually a public video. And so I made all that public just so it would be, findable in the effort of making everything public. But I didn't expect them to post to the feeds and for there to be 40 of them. Because a lot of them I didn't realize were, not videos that had ever been public until I republished them on accident. So, it's a happy accident because it made a lot of people pay attention to the fact that all the videos are back up.
This is tough.
And that there's even new ones that for the real deep lore people who are like, what the fuck, there's stuff I have never seen from 2013, what the hell, what the fuck is this demon character that's reviewing Adventure Time, a swirling mass of hate, a swirling vortex of hatred for mankind reviews Adventure Time.
Oh wait, maybe I need to shoot the thing?
That was something I just recorded and like sent to Jesse and says you can use this as a segment in a video or something if you need some weird shit, and I don't think he did. And I think I posted it somewhere some other time. I don't remember what the context was.
I know I could climb on that. No? What do you want me to do, Doom?
But, yeah, I will rant about anything for $5. Super chats, if you want to throw them in. Let's hear it, because I'm ready to go. I've got a sobering voice right now. I'm down in the low register. I've exhausted all the other parts of my voice over the course of this day.
Ah, shit. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe parkour? Load checkpoint, why not? Auto map. Exploring the map. Okay, well.
Also, I have not seen The Last of Us show. It looks good. I'll check it out. I'll probably just wait for it to be over, and because it's moving pretty. Like the episodes come out like every week, I think. So it's not gonna take too long. It doesn't seem like it's meant to have multiple seasons or anything.
It's gonna have 3.
3?
Yeah.
How?
You
so
were
they're
literally
gonna, like,
just told
continue
that to me.
past the games? Or?
They're gonna do the next. They're
Oh,
gonna.
I guess the second game is a lot longer than
Yeah,
the
they're gonna
first
do
one,
the
isn't
second
it?
game in 2 parts.
Okay, that makes sense. I forgot that game is long. I haven't played the second one yet. Well, I don't know. I'll watch it
Across
when
the
it's.
ravine.
I'll watch it when it's caught up to the game I played, I guess. And then I'll be like, yeah, this is the game I played, but as an anime. With people.
I grabbed the. I don't. I'm so confused, Rick.
Hey, that's that guy that I had a crush on until he got his eyes gouged out in that other show. And then he wore a helmet in the next one. What the fuck?
Across the ravine. That way?
Now he's an old guy.
Maybe? No?
Wasted
no,
youth in a helmet. Why'd they do that to him? Why'd they put that beautiful man in that helmet?
Oh, maybe
Now he's an old man. Why'd they do that to him, Bird? Why'd they do that?
I
I don't understand. Do you
Oh,
know what I'm
fuck.
talking about?
I'm a dummy.
Are you comprehending? Or is
I
this...
am not.
I didn't think so.
Oh shit, I'm on fire.
Oh shit, you're on fire.
Well, I
This
made
game
it
looks
across.
like a. Oh, it does look like intense. There's a lot of platforming in 2016 also. There was never you catching on fire from fire jets. I don't think. It's a people movie. I don't even remember what movie I was talking about. I'm loopy. I'm drinking mead now.
Loopy.
Drinking mead and coasting. Mead has the mellowest energy. If you've never drank mead, it's very different from drinking beer. It comes on slow. You can sip at it and get really slowly drunk, and then all of a sudden at some point you realize like, oh, I've had 6 mead and I'm really starting to feel it. That whole time you're just mellow as fuck.
Mellow.
Drinking honey from Breaking Brew Meadery.
Farmers
They actually
Ranch,
gave
Texas.
us honey sticks too.
That was nice.
We got to taste the honey, and we got to taste like a special, like because Tupelo honey, that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Is like so expensive to harvest. They were like, this bottle would cost too much. Nobody would like be willing to buy it because, you know.
That's where I come in.
But it was really good, so I was like, I don't know, man. If I was trying to really spoil myself with some mead. But I also understand, like, the amount of cost more is not necessarily worth the amount of taste more. But that's also a very anti-wine snob way of thinking. You just gotta be like, no. It's different, therefore it's better.
They're also releasing a coffee mead soon, which we got to try, and I really want to go buy a lot of it.
The one I'm drinking is called Dr. B's, and it's literally a Dr. Pepper, like, tasting mead. So you're drinking like a sweet honey wine. I mean, it's not even really a wine. He explained to us like they call it a honey wine for like tax reasons because they didn't know how to
comparable
qualify
thing.
it. But it's just literally just a honey liquor, like, or I don't know, what would you call it?
I don't know. It's
Let me read
mead.
What you'd call it.
I'd call it mead.
Yeah, it's just mead, I guess. It's alcohol made from honey. That it's somewhere between like a beer and a wine, but really smooth and sweet and delicious and mellow.
Yeah, fuck.
Mead's yummy but too
Ah.
sweet.
God
This
damn
one
it.
I'm drinking is extremely sweet. They have some dry meads at Breaking Brew.
The Magician is the best one.
The Magician's the tastiest. I would still say that's pretty sweet.
Oh, that's pretty dry. Black Betty.
Yeah, Black Betty. They have some like real high alcohol content ones too. So the experimentation that particular meadery does allows there to be like probably like 8 different interesting flavors that are like distinct enough to be like, all right, I want to try them all in rotation forever. And they keep inventing new stuff. OK Cider Company is a similar case in Oklahoma City where they're just like, we actually got like the explanation of the guy's biography from a different bartender of like why there's a cider company, and it's because he's like allergic to something.
He's gluten free.
Yeah, he can't eat gluten, so he makes cider instead of beer. But like now he's the cider expert, so it's fucking cool. They're really good. Jacob Wagner with another $5. Thank you. I just re-listened to that podcast about spoilers from 2015. Do you have an updated opinion? No. I still think people who care about spoilers are babies. I was saying this on Twitter the other day. I was really going off about it because, you know, I've held the opinion forever. And people are acting surprised about it. But there's literally studies that show that people on average enjoy stuff more when they have been spoiled for it. And I really do think that, like, there's something to be said for having your expectations adjusted correctly. And a lot of people do that through reviews and trailers. That's obviously what they're meant to exist for. But trailers are kind of meant to be deceiving. They have to convince you the movie is good no matter what. And pack a lot of emotional punch into a short amount of time. Whereas, like, reviews,
God damn.
They're very opinionated, so you have to have a reviewer you trust. But, like, they're not usually going to try to spoil the movie for you. They're just going to set your expectations aligned correctly, you know? But, I've always found that, like, if a review can't give me a sense of a movie without spoiling it, I just want to know the spoiler. Or at least I want to know enough to know, like, okay, what's the deal? What am I in for? Like, what do I need to know if I'm not, you know, already gung-ho about the movie? Now, granted, like, just to pick a fucking random one off the top of my head, Isle of Dogs, right? I don't know if I watched any reviews for that. I still haven't seen the movie. I saw the trailers and I went, well, I love Wes Anderson movies. I love stop motion. This movie looks amazing. I'm obviously going to like it. Doesn't matter if it's, like, good or great. I'm obviously going to like it. I don't need any opinions about it. So I'm not spoiled. I don't know what happens in the movie. And it might be that I'll have a better experience because I didn't seek out, like, to spoil emotional beats from a director I know is going to give me emotional beats that will surprise me and, you know, and might make me feel something. But at the same time, it's not as though I've never watched movies like this knowing what was going to happen and then been completely shocked by how it happens and how it feels to watch it happen, you know? I pretty much knew what was going to happen at the end of The Hateful Eight in a broad sense, but the entire ride of getting there, I had no way of understanding what the hell I was going to experience and how intense it was going to be. You know, so, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, if you know literally the historical context, you know the spoiler for the movie pretty much. But, like, again, the way it ends up playing out is not something you would be able to predict unless someone told you exactly what happens. And even though, again, I kind of knew, I had seen reviews of that movie, I did kind of know what the plot was, I still was surprised by the experience of the movie. Because, again, there's no way I could have imagined it the way that it actually happens without literally watching it. So I think, you know, you'd have to be spoiled to the effect of literally, like, having seen the entire thing, having had it all explained to you, for it to reach a point where the spoiler is going to, like, numb the experience of your emotional time with the movie. Now, what's much more troubling to me is actually listening to other people's, like, weird opinion. Like, if somebody fixates on one detail in a review and, like, that was what made or broke the movie for them, and then I watch the movie and I see that same moment and I feel differently, it's very distracting for me. And if I feel the same way, sometimes it can just be like, yep, okay, exactly like you said, this is what fucked it up, or, oh wow, it really is the best moment in the movie, you know, you were right. But sometimes, like, it will fuck me up if somebody was, like, really shitting on a scene or really, like, in love with the scene, that I get to it and I'm like, oh, really? You know, that's the one you picked? Like, okay, now I'm upset with you. I'm, like, distracted from watching the movie because I'm upset with a reviewer I watched. So that's usually more the reason that if there's a movie I want to just, like, sit back and enjoy and not think about that kind of stuff, I might avoid reviews. Again, I have to know I'm going to watch it. I didn't watch any reviews or anything of Wakanda Forever. Like, I saw the trailer, I went, that's going to be a good movie. Saw the movie, it was a good movie. You know, like, did not need to know anybody's opinion warped through whatever political lens they were going to apply to it. I have my own ability to watch the movie and see what's on screen, you know. But again, that's one I knew I was gonna like. So I know I'm going to like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Do not need to see any reviews for it. Don't need to know anybody's opinion. I'm not going to agree with it. I saw the trailer. I know I'm going to cry watching this movie. So, one of the things that some of the people who have been a fan of me for a long time are the least accepting of is my turn to being a fan of the Marvel movies. So a lot of them have just always hated them. And I had just kind of dismissed them for a really long time, but I really do think that most of them are very good movies. And I don't get like dismissing them outright. Some of the early ones make it harder to get through to the good ones. But some of the early ones are really fucking good. I still think Iron Man 1 is like a really fucking great movie. And then like from Age of Ultron on, I think they get really, all the central ones get really fucking good. And then when I got to, I like all of the Phase 4 and Phase 5 shit so far.
You didn't like Shang-Chi?
That's true. Never mind. I shouldn't say all of the Phase 4 because I forgot Shang-Chi and Eternals were also part of Phase 4.
Oh, Eternals is great.
I did not care for Shang-Chi or Eternals that much. Especially Eternals. That movie was a fucking, just an absolute clusterfuck. Did not understand it. But I really liked Black Widow. I liked fucking Thor 4. I liked fucking Multiverse of Madness. Wakanda Forever. Loki. I don't know what phase that's considered a part of. I don't know if that's
4,
end of 3 or beginning of 4. Didn't finish Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I did like what we've seen. The action scenes are really good. I like the characterization of the guy who wants to be Captain America.
Who is? He is. Like, he's the government captain.
Okay, but he's like, just like some football playing asshole.
Sure.
And then, but I didn't finish the first season. I think there's already a second one now, so that's gonna take some catching up. But what was the other shows? I still haven't seen the fucking Archer boy that has Yelena.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Archer boy.
What the fuck is? There's another show I know we watched. Oh yeah, Moon Knight. Moon Knight fucking ruled.
I love Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's so good. I got Bird really into the song "Lonely as a Man Without Love."
It's a good song.
It's a fucking really hard song to sing in my vocal range. The guy's voice is deep as shit.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah, he's a dope singer. You thought Wakanda Forever was totally boring? I think that's understandable.
I liked it a lot.
I think it really depends on your emotional investment in it, I guess. I got there. I really liked the acting in it for the most part. Like, a lot of the times what saves these Marvel movies for me is that, like, some of the actors are giving really, really great performances of the most ridiculous fucking plot you're ever going to see on a screen, And, like, that's what sells the universe to me, is that, like, it's grounded in people making it feel emotional. And particularly, like, Endgame is probably my favorite movie in the series because the acting is just so good. Like, everybody gets some kind of killer fucking tearjerker scene. Like, they kind of cut it down to the actors who are the most emotive so that they could be, like, really on screen a lot for, like, this 3-hour goddamn movie. So, yeah, and that's why I also, like, Quantumania is a little bit more of a mixed bag on the acting end, which is probably my biggest complaint with it. Mostly on the part of, what's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer. Because Michelle Pfeiffer has a lot of dialogue. Like, a lot of exposition rests on her. She doesn't sound like she knows what the hell she's talking about.
I liked her.
She's walking around in a green screen saying a bunch of science mumbo-jumbo, and there's moments where it feels like she's kind of
But she's also not saying, like, a lot
saying.
either, even for what she is saying.
Yeah, it's weird how much she talks, but you feel like it's kind of obvious most of what's going on. It's not that difficult to understand. So I don't know. I don't really blame her so much as the nature of the movie and it being a weird role for that actress. Like, she doesn't really look like she would be that character, like, as a person, which is always a difficult thing for whenever you've got a character who's like getting retconned into, you know, having all these extra layers.
That's cool.
That, you know, were not built into them from the start for the actor to like take advantage of understanding, you know. Whereas I thought, like, a lot of people were harsh on Cassie's actress. I thought I fucking specifically thought she had great chemistry with Paul Rudd, which is what Cosmonaut Quickie was like, said the opposite of. And I was like, that's the only person I really thought she was like. Obviously, they had spent a lot of time rehearsing together. Like, they seemed like they were really into the idea of being the father-daughter role. I thought the actress came off younger than I know she must be because she was Misty in the Pokemon movie, unless she just filmed this like a fucking 10 years ago because of coronavirus or whatever. But I don't know, man. For being a movie that's almost entirely in CG in like a cartoon universe, the actors grounded it enough that I still was like, yeah, I care. I care about what's going on. I want to see these guys. I want to see what's happening to these guys. I want to see what they're gonna do. And then it was epic what they did. And then you're like, Ant-Man, no, in many ways throughout the last part of the movie. Kuderi Kun says the only one you hate is Thor Ragnarok. I love Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was really funny. Can I get one of the chili chip you got there? Thank you. This chili that Bird is making is absolutely delicious. I probably need to get up and stir it again in a minute.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh yeah, WandaVision. I really
I liked it.
I did not like the last episode, like many people have said. But I also had not even seen Age of Ultron yet, so I basically had no idea what the fuck was going on. And like, WandaVision was kind of basically when Bird and Riley, who both were keeping up with MCU stuff, moved in with me, was right when WandaVision was coming out. And so I, who had seen like the Iron Man movies, kind of watched Thor, Guardians 1 and 2, and I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. But that was pretty much all I'd seen of the MCU. Oh, and Avengers 1. So I vaguely knew what happened up to Avengers 1, but I had a massive gap in knowledge leading up to WandaVision. And so through getting interested in that, because it was just so fucking weird, and like I was so surprised that Disney's like premiere, you know, series about the Marvel becoming like a TV show would be like the weirdest TV show ever. So it caught my attention, and I really liked the performance of Scarlet Witch. I particularly love, like, having seen WandaVision made Multiverse of Madness awesome. Like, WandaVision's arc is completed in that movie, and it makes good on the ending of the show for me, in that, like, you know, okay, I followed through on this character's arc, and now I got the payoff in this movie. And that's when I really started to view this as a TV show overall. Like, it's not a series of films anymore. It is a TV show that uses films for some of its installments in a way that's very similar to what anime is doing now. Like, where Made in Abyss was... First, it was a 12 episodes or 13 episode show, but then that got cut into 2 movies, and then they made a third movie, but then they made another 12 episode show. And I'm sure that's going to get cut into another 2 movies, and there'll probably be another third movie or something, depending on how the arc structure of the manga breaks down and what makes sense, like, production wise for them to do at the time. But like, that's gonna be the new normal. It's like they're just gonna do each part in whatever way makes sense if they're a really smart production group, you know. And so I think Disney's the smartest production group. So like, the way they're doing it makes a ton of sense. 6 episode seasons as the average is like really comfortable. It's easy to just binge one. You know, I think She-Hulk was 8 or 10 or something, so it was a little longer, and I really enjoyed She-Hulk. I forgot about that too. I don't think I saw every episode of it. I think I missed a couple, But everything I saw I thought was hilarious, and I thought that show did the like internet baiting a lot more gracefully than what I've seen of Velma. Although my brother Victor likes Velma and he defended it on Vic and Hope. There's a like hour and a half long Vic and Hope discussion. No, it's like 40 minutes on Velma, and they did an hour and a half on Agretzko season 5, I think. But yeah, Vic and Hope did some new long form discussion content podcasts on those. You should check them out. I haven't gotten to listen to them yet because I was not at home, but I can't wait. Yeah, the MCU is good. I like it. I think it's healthy. I know the critics have been not so kind to it, but they never really were. So it's not like, I just think it's that there are critics who were initially positive about it who are now being negative about it, but I really think those people are just realizing that like that's the hype train that is, you know, being counterculture as a critic is going to turn more heads than like just telling people what they already know, which is that they like the movie. Unless you can really make them feel like they like the movie in a special way, like get into the bones of it and resell it back to them like, no, it's deeper than you fucking realize, dude. And I think a lot of good analysis channels do that even for these movies. You know, I don't necessarily think Ant-Man and Quantumania is like a super deep film, but it definitely has themes and arcs and moments that are like transcendent for the character as part of the franchise. There's a particular scene towards the middle of the movie where he has to like basically go into his own core and, you know, meet like 100,000 versions
himself
of him.
If he worked at Baskin
And then
Robbins.
like basically you realize that in becoming like the ant, he is able to manage his inner selves by having them all work in concert. Really great scene. It was like the most Ant-Man is justified as a character to me, like moment I've had with him. You know, beyond the emotional scene when he first meets his daughter grown up in Endgame, who apparently was a different actress entirely, and I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Even though that scene made me cry. Hilarious. But yeah, I thought Cassie was fine, and I loved Michael Douglas as the dad, right?
Yeah.
He was great. He has all the best lines. Calls the guy a broccoli.
Holy shit, that guy looks like broccoli.
Yeah. Which I felt that way after seeing vegan Kevin Smith. I was like, this guy literally looks like broccoli. So I've had real life application for it. Kevin Smith has quit weed. It's awful. He looks like a broccoli and he's sad. It's something that you just don't want to hear, you know. You're one of the icons of a profession. His all at
Of
once.
a profession.
Literally, he sells weed. Like, it's a whole podcast. It's called Wake and Bake, and he's like, I'm not smoking anymore, guys. It's been ruining my life for 10 years. And it's like, you seemed fine. You don't seem fine now. It's weird. Riley showed us some of this stuff, and it was depressing. But you know, midlife crisis. It happens to people. This game looks really fun.
It's pretty fun.
It's really colorful and explosive and ridiculous and non-stop and very similar. It's more similar to 2016, at least in appearance, than I would have been led to believe. But I don't know if it just controls very differently or what. I can't remember what Tom's video was about, but I feel like that's what he talked about. My friends try to tell me that looking up weapons in Elden Ring is spoiling myself.
No.
See, that's the kind of shit that, like, it's like, well, dude, I want to finish the game or else I'm going to lose investment in it. Like, I don't have forever to figure everything out. I appreciate that, like, you know, the more, like, the better you get at the game, the more you'll be able to, like, you know, navigate it and, like, know what to expect and, like, how to approach situations. But in the very beginning, you're in the fucking dark. And the game just drops you in, and there's hundreds and hundreds of possibilities. And if you don't at least, like, look up, like, I don't know, I found a sword I kind of like. Let me look up a guide to using this sword and becoming the best at this sword for at least this playthrough, and then I'll figure out how to play the fucking game, you know? But, like, there's so much in the game. You could spoil yourself all day long. It won't matter. There are people combing through, like, you know, every detail of every fucking graphic in that game and then making up elaborate headcanons and making YouTubes about them. Like, you're never gonna run out of shit to be spoiled about in Elden Ring or any of those fucking games. They're just too rich. There's too much interconnectedness. Everything draws from themes, so the theme just permeates every single element of the design. It makes it infinitely scalable. Which means it's not. But that's okay. I don't celebrate auth in this house. This is an old meme. I don't know how to explain it.
Don't worry, I wasn't gonna ask you.
Good. That's what I like about you. You're just like, you know, I didn't get it, but I don't care. I'm okay with that. Don't need to. How are you doing during the pandemic? I mean, the pandemic is...
Didn't Joe Biden say it was over?
He said it was over like a year ago. I don't think it's still a thing. We both, didn't we?
We both had it, yeah.
We've both had coronavirus at some point during it. But, I don't know. I was fine. Life did not change very much for me. It actually got a little easier to go outside because I could wear a mask everywhere. And there were just fewer people generally in the world. I'm gonna go stir the chili.
Would you bring me back some more and some chips?
Yes.
Thank you.
Talk about the dinner.
I'm, reading. Interesting. That seems pretty... Nah, this seems like it's helpful. Okay, how go? Okay. Nice. Just down more. In here? Okay. I found a little toy guy. Cool. But where go? Nope. Maybe just down, I guess. Yep. Oh. Oh shit, I'm dead. Oh, wrong button.
Every once in a while, I go out into the living room and I hear Cranberry Dave saying some incredibly bizarre thing, and I'm like, what the hell who's he talking to? And then I hear the clickety clack of his fingers going light speed like Lane's dad in Serial Experiments Lane, and he's laughing.
Is he doing Big Funny?
Yes, he's doing the Big Funny show. And I look over and he's playing Pokemon at such a speed that I can't even process what's happening because it's sped up so much. And
haven't you ever done a Nuzlocke?
Podcasting. So if you want to hear the most manic Pokemon podcast in the world, listen to
Big Funny.
Cranberry Dave's Big Funny with Funny Man.
Blood Punch. Blood Punch is cool.
I've
I like this.
I've got your blood sauce here.
Blood sauce.
I'm gonna take
No
it
ketchup.
before I end up eating all these Fritos out of it.
Stop eating them? Well, actually, you could put quite a lot in there.
So good.
It is pretty good.
For a totally no textbook, just wing it chili, this is like really good. We didn't look up a recipe or anything. It was just like, I think I know what's in a chili.
Oh shit, I'm trapped in the room. Oh shit.
I was laughing at, hi, how are you doing in these post 9/11 years? Well, you know, most of my life, practically all of birds. I assume you do not have any memories of 9/11.
I don't think so.
I just remember it was all they were fucking playing on TV, except on Cartoon Network. So I went to Cartoon Network and continued my day not knowing what the fuck a World Trade Center was. I think it was 2001, so 10. I would just turn 10. We'll get that Saddam bin Laden. We got all those guys. Or all of that guy. Saddam bin Laden, we got all that guy.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Obama.
Obama.
I have only played like an hour of the new Pokemon, but Bird has beaten it and I think caught a lot.
I've beaten it
of
twice actually. It's good.
How many did you catch?
I think 200, but I don't know how many combined.
Pretty sizable. What was your main team?
I used Tinkaton. I used the first time I used Quackwaval, and Quaxley. I like his little haircut.
I'll answer.
I don't
the
remember
super
who
chat.
else.
Freep with $10. Thank you very much. What's your explanation for listing your vids and live streaming all of a sudden? And if any, also have some weed money if that's still your vice. I have, when I'm at home, I smoke the weeds, and I'm at home. So I smoke the weeds. I'll take the money. I'll probably use it on groceries. But thank you. And listing my old videos, well, I've explained it a few times throughout these podcasts, but it's what they're for, so we'll do it some more. Basically, I don't have intentions of using these channels for any type of content that I'm trying to really take seriously on YouTube. If I'm going to do that again, I retired actively back in August from being a professional YouTuber, as I put it, having a YouTube channel as being my main means of making money, So I ended up with a regular job that I don't have to use the internet to make money for. So I figure if I'm going to do an internet career, I want to do it right. I don't want it to be scattershot and me always desperately trying to make enough to survive because it's the only job I have. If I have a regular job and I'm just doing YouTube on the side, then I can, take an approach that makes sense, unlike what I've ever done by constantly rushing to, stay ahead of myself for a decade. So, and always failing to get ahead of myself for that decade. So
damn it.
The channel has had so many issues with copyright. I pretty much gave up on it after the Shield Hero video and the Spy Family video kept getting taken down over and over and over again. After fucking trying to upload the Eureka 7 anime alphabet over and over and over again and having to re-edit and recut it. Just the constant content ID shit made it really hard to keep my energy up for doing it, and the returns were not that much. Like, Anime Alphabet, some of them have done okay, but compared to how my videos used to perform at a time when the channel would be considered really successful, it's just not the same, and I can't get there when YouTube is always pulling the rug out from under me. So I pretty much figure, like, I should not be trying to make that my main job. I should be making it something that can work and still make me money in a meaningful way, with thought put into it and time, and like relaunching it, and maybe eventually having it be, my main source of income again, if it becomes easier and not like a thing where I'm behind myself for a decade again. If I get to a point where I actually am like, hey, I planned this out well and now it's easy and it's worthwhile, then it could become the main thing. But it's just you've seen how hard I work. I've been at this live streaming all fucking day, so I'm willing to pull the all-nighters to get the extra side work done if it's fun and compelling and well thought out. And I've put a lot of thought into the way that I handle Bird's launch on the internet, the way that Picnic Adventure and Bird Friends Play are structured. And even then, I over-structured it at first. I was publishing like so many videos that it wasn't sustainable as something I could do while having a regular job. So now I have to rethink the model of how I release that content in a way that fits in without taking away from the fact that we still do regular work and have to actually go on the picnic adventures, and then come back and edit it and have time to make it into actual digestible content. That we
These
never,
eyes, man. Because
we're doing it for fun and out of passion. It's also like I don't know what video would ever blow up. I just know that I want to keep making them because it's the fun thing to do. It's like the thing I want to do as a passion with my life. And it doesn't have to make money because, again, I don't have to make money through the internet. It's something I want to do as a side gig. But if it's fun to just make the content, then there's no reason it even has to make money. Having said that, if I really take it seriously and like decide I'm going to do long form analysis videos, that's just going to be a channel unto itself, and it's only going to be videos that are like 11 hours long. That's my target length. If I make an analysis video again, target length 11 hours. So it'll be heinous. They will be crimes against nature. They will be the longest, most insane, most rambling, disorganized gonzo analysis you've ever heard in your fucking life, but they'll be 11 hours of something you can listen to that is about a thing you like, probably, because I wouldn't do it if it wasn't about something I thought you liked. So they'll watch the goddamn thing at work forever, in perpetuity, and I don't have to worry about how old it is or whatever. It's always good. But we'll see how it goes.
I'm having a hard time dooming.
Jacob Wagner with $5. I just remembered I watched all of Figure 17. It's insane and really good. I had no idea it would be that good. You owe it to yourself to see it. I've seen like 4 or 5 episodes of it, and I do agree. I've never found the time because it's a very long show. Well, I should say that it's like the length of a 26 episode show while being 13. Each episode's like 45 minutes, and they feel very long because it's slow moving. But it takes place in like Aomori Prefecture, which is like the northern part of Japan, so it's full of all these gorgeous rural shots, and the character writing is just really, really compelling. It's the main character is like a very young girl, but the way the writing of the show is very mature, so you feel like you're seeing it from it's not really from the child's perspective, so to speak, even though it's following her as the main character. Like, show's dark and shit. So, yeah, it's also got really kick-ass music by The Alfie, which is like a Japanese math rock band kind of similar to Kansas. And the opening theme, Boy, is like, I've always called it like the Japanese Carry On My Wayward Son. A little harder, though. Unfortunately, the recording quality of it is fucking ass. At least every version I've ever heard. For a lot of the music. in the show, but you know, it's still really good. Some of it sounds like awesome Power Rangers music. There's one song called like Fire something. I don't remember, but it sounds like a Power Rangers song. In a good way. Can I have some of that chili?
No. I mean,
fighting demons. Doom Slayer. Is there a part 2 coming from the Netflix Bebop review, or did it already get made and I missed it? Probably not. That was another video where, like, I don't know, I guess I was too late to the party and not enough people cared because it didn't get a lot of views by the time I actually did the edit on it. And, so I just kind of was like, I don't really want to put myself through the ringer of watching all of this show if the videos are not going to perform well. So, because that was really hard. Watching Cowboy Bebop live action was really, really, really hard. And rewatching it so that I could break down everything wrong with it was also really, really, really hard. And I kind of feel like Cowboy Bebop is so beloved. Do you really need me to, like, go through it and, like, explain why it's so good? Just don't fucking watch the Cowboy Bebop remake. Not that you need to. They canceled it immediately. Everyone hated it. So, yeah.
I'm hitting escape.
Minimum says it may be the worst show I've ever seen. It's definitely the worst show I've ever finished. Like, because it's been canceled, I've now finished it. I have not finished very many TV shows. It is definitely the worst live action show. Worse than most anime that's ever existed, for sure. And we watched the whole fucking thing. Most people did not make it through at most episode 3. It gets so much worse. Like, you don't think it can, and then it just keeps getting fucking worse. It was so bad.
It was great.
It was a nightmare.
No, it was the worst TV show I've ever seen.
It was a disaster. Can you pass me chili now that you're not dooming?
Oh no.
You're not an immediate doomer. No, Ein 0 out of 10. I think Ein was in there, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The dog. Forest level. What's the rain? It's like high fantasy. Are you in Elden Ring? Is this Elden Ring? Seriously, it looks a lot like it. It's probably the same engine, actually. Unreal 5 or whatever. I have to guess.
What?
The engine that this game is built on is probably the same one as Elden Ring, which is why this looks so much like Elden. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who would know this in the chat. I've done no research.
Hello, dog. Oh, goodbye, dog.
I think Ein was maybe like a stuffed dog or something.
It was like a science experiment, dog.
But he was in the show. I just don't even remember the episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the guy was gonna eat him, wasn't he?
Maybe that's what it was. No, they were gonna eat him.
Okay. It was fucking really bad. I blocked most of it out. And you should do the same. Just don't even bother. Don't even bother making comparisons. Just block it out. Forget you had to sit through that.
Ah, shit.
I shouldn't have been so tenacious as to think I would want to talk about all of it and therefore watch the whole thing and tortured myself like that. It did feel like self-abuse. Like, it felt physically painful to watch. And that's rare for me. I don't get that upset at media these days, but Bebop was bad. I don't even think I'm the world's biggest Cowboy Bebop apologist either. Like, there's episodes I don't like of the old show. Nothing even close to that bad. You know who liked it, though, is my mom, who's never seen the anime. Was perfectly fine with the show. But we were like, it's so bad. And she was like, I've literally sat through worse. Like, as sci-fi shows go, there is tackier shit. that has passed through their television. Although they mostly just watch like Game of Thrones and The Mandalorian all the times, in like Yellowstone now, I guess. What show are you most excited to watch in this time that we have off to consume media for the next stretch of time?
Oh, I don't know. What are our options?
There's all kinds of shit. There's like, The Last of Us. There's that show that what's his name who did Knives Out is making.
Ryan Johnson. Oh, right. I forget. Psycho something. I don't know.
You're too doomed out. Then there's we could continue Trigun.
I would like to do that. Probably Trigun.
Wasn't there another show that we liked or intended to?
It's the
continue?
Golden Snitch, B. Got
An
it.
anime show. I mean, I feel like there's something. We talked about this in another one, but there's a furry convention in the woods of Tennessee happening later this month that I want to go to. Because I want to see what happens when a bunch of furries gather in the woods. And if any of them can teach me how to backpack. I don't think they'll be as confused when Bird starts calling me his wife, as people usually are when we're out in the woods.
I think the chili needs more salt.
I could see that.
I don't know what else, though.
I mean, it is very salty, I know, because all those beans were salty as fuck. I tasted them.
Well,
I tasted like pure salt.
I don't know what it needs, then.
Well, hot sauce.
Oh,
It just needs hot
I don't want
sauce.
it to be that hot.
If you're not trying to make it hot, you can just wait till later, till you've portioned out.
I guess you could just, I don't care. Make it hot.
My own. Okay, I'm gonna fucking add some Bucky's hot sauce and stir it up. The tingle skr pop 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 pop, skibbity pop pop, and a big beat go pop.
I will make you listen to it again.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, B. Will you
Yeah.
also bring me some, but with cheese on it this time?
Yes.
You're gonna have to grate some of the cheese.
Okay.
Doom is fairly difficult. I'm playing it on the 3rd hardest difficulty, I think. And that's alright. It's a little... These guys suck. Damn it. Oh, shit. Oh, right, I can, like, dodge and shit. I forgot about that. The movement definitely helps. Oh shit, I can't go out there, man. Damn, he stomped on me. I have a weapon opponent. What? I don't think I can use it though. Yeah. Yeah, nothing.
grater. Probably in this
In that bag, yeah.
Took it out camping with us. Tell them about something you cooked while we were camping or something.
Potatoes. A lot of
Other than
potatoes.
that.
Oh, darn. What else did I cook other than that? Yeah, it was pretty much just potatoes and some kind of meat, fried in oil, butter, ghee, something like that. No shit. Did I cook anything else? Yeah, I don't fucking remember. Oh, I made a tri-tip with achiote paste at one point. Although I think ultimately I did end up mixing that with potatoes, so. But the achiote was the unique part of that. You got that from Bad Eater. It was pretty good. SAO is at least Moe, I guess. I like most of Attack on Titan. I haven't seen some of Season 3, but I like the new season with Mappa a lot. Where are these guys? Alright, lock me in here then. Oh, fuck that guy. Shit. What's attacking me? Oh, these guys. Stomp on him. Okay, here we go. Okay. What do? This way? This way. Where does that go? Man, there's a lot of unlockable and upgradable stuff in this game. Gun. New gun. It is plasma rifle. What it do, what it do. Okay, there we go. Oh. Revenant is a heavy aerial demon that specializes in mid-range attacks.
I was just informed by Riley that now with all the videos listed again, I have 90 million YouTube views total.
That's pretty cool.
So I think it's possible that I'll get that last 10 million just from people revisiting them. I don't think it's impossible for that to happen within this year. So let's see if we can hit 100 million on a dead channel in a year. I think that would be
That'd
really
be cool.
fun.
Where are you? Oh, you. Plasma rifle's pretty cool. I like it.
I've got Supernatural by Barnes Courtney stuck in my head again.
Supernatural. I feel unnatural.
It's untouchable.
Whatever, you know. Who cares?
He doesn't feel unnatural. He
What?
feels supernatural.
He can feel both.
It's extra natural. More than regular amounts of natural.
You're pretty extra natural right now. I don't know what that means, but I mean it.
If you want me, let me know. You flip me like a domino. Get your hands all over my body, but you're acting
Got
like
him.
you don't want it. I said, if you want me, let me know. You're terrifying, beautiful. Hands all over my body, it's enough to make me feel
Damn.
supernatural.
He be biting, yo.
Supernatural.
Did you grate the cheese? Is it in that?
Yep, it's in there. It's right underneath the layer of the nachos.
I see.
And by that I mean Frito scoops.
That's a pretty small bowl.
Well, that's you. Last time you were like, that's a ton, and this time I'm not eating any of them. So.
Well, I mean, I just mean it's a small bowl in terms of mess.
Actually, I'm gonna eat one because I. Oh, you mean that the bowl is too small for the amount that I put in, and actually it's a ton.
Yeah.
That I have provided. I see.
It's a small bowl. Like the bowl itself is literally.
I mean,
small.
it's the one you've been using.
I know.
Over and over.
It was to try it first, you know.
Better with the cheese. Holy shit.
Yeah, of course it is.
Really good. But also, I added some scorpion pepper sauce and that red stuff.
That red stuff.
You know, the big red bottle of. Is it not Frank's Red Hot? What the fuck is the hot sauce? It's like a very normal hot sauce.
I think it's Frank's Red Hot.
Might be that. I added a bunch of that and the rest of one of the scorpion pepper bottles. It's not too spicy though. It's actually kind of tastes like salsa now.
Salsa. Whoa.
In a good way.
Hey, I'm dooming.
Where you can reach it.
But you put your arm in front of me while I was dooming.
I'm dooming. You're dooming. The doom. I'm doomed. You're doomed. The doom is. We're in the room of doom. I still have Supernatural stuck in my head. If you watch anything, watch that last batch of JoJo Part 6. Oh yeah. I actually did not see the whole second part because I just was really not in the mood to watch it when Bird put it on, and I couldn't remember what happened in the first part well enough, and I was confused, so I only saw like a couple episodes, and then you watched the rest of it. But do you think I need to have seen the rest of it before watching the last batch? Should I marathon it? Do you want to rewatch it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
We could start back from the start, just do the whole show.
I like JoJo's.
One go.
JoJo
that was how
one
we watched
go.
part 5, and that was fun.
Dun 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 dun. Fuck you, you suck, dude. Oh shit. Nice. Oh shit. More guys.
Phasma rifle is best weapon for getting the fodder at demons to glory kill state. Big, do you have any old anime you stand? Galaxy Rebellion was my first anime, and I don't see anyone ever discuss it. Correction, Galaxy Express 3.9. Butthole Weeb is always trying to get me to watch that show because he loves it. You're going to see a lot of people coming out of the woodwork to sing its praises and to rewatch it now that we lost Leiji Matsumoto, and that being like his premier work besides Captain Harlock, which is the character I like the most from him. I never got deep into Leiji Matsumoto, probably because I knew he was probably going to die before too long, and it would be easier to keep up with all that shit, because he did a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I think even before him we may have lost, and don't quote me on this, but there used to be an anime blogger called Anime Critique, spelled Krittik, and he just kind of disappeared during a period of civil unrest in his country that, I've never heard of him being back on the internet. So rest in peace if he's dead, but he was doing like a master's thesis on the Leiji verse and like trying to find interconnectedness between all of his stories and their themes and stuff. So that's the most writing I ever saw about all of that stuff was on that blog that is probably still up. But otherwise, yeah, there's still not a ton of discussion of it, but I think it's going to enhance as people revisit the catalog of the legend. And I'm sure it's more discussed in Japan as well, where it's like a bigger thing, and in other countries that have more of a presence of it than we have in the U.S. Older anime that I stand, Gundam. I really love Mobile Suit Gundam. I only love it the more of it that I watch or think about it. The older I get, and the more I can actually wrap my head around like all of the shit that. There's a lot of shit in Gundam. I'm not gonna pretend I could fucking describe to you all of what happens in even the original series, but I just think it's really fucking raw, and like every time I watch it, it gets me pumped, and even like the weird stuff, like I don't know, it makes more sense the more you understand what's going on, and it doesn't feel so jarring and weird when you're like used to Tomino's style a little bit more. But yeah, other than that, oh man, that I stan, because I'm I've always considered the reason that the name Digibro exists was an extension of 21st Century Digital Boy, which I chose because I just liked very current stuff. I've always been very in the moment. My favorite things are usually new things, or like fairly recent things, unless they're like extremely influential on the things that I like. Like I love King Crimson, but I don't love them as much as the Mars Volta or Tool, which are the modern bands influenced by them that like prepared me to like that music, you know? So like, it's rarer that I like really stan a classic. So, you know, there's only a few that I could say I come close to, and Gundam is probably the closest, because it is old. It be old as shit.
Gundam
I've only seen the
old.
first few episodes of Future Boy Conan, but it is also really fucking good. You know, I mean, Evangelion's pretty fucking old and considered a classic in most considerations, so I guess you could count that. But if we're going with comparison against, you know, Galaxy Express, then you know, I like Osamu Tezuka manga that I've read. I enjoyed Dororo a lot, but that's not really the realm of anime. Most of those adaptations are a little hard to return to. So I'm really trying to think if there's like a classic 70s or 80s or early 80s other than Gundam that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this for the rest of my fucking life. Not really. So yeah, Gundam's my pick. Jesus H, you're still going? Yeah, we're gonna go till the end of the fiscal month. As I explained before, the way that YouTube pays you is that you get paid for the entire month on the 22nd of the next month. So, you know, we were working and finding our way back home very slowly, and because of the fact that there was like 2 days left in February, I was like, well, if I do all this right now, I will get some of the money from this in March, instead of, you know, starting this, like doing all of this on March 1st and then not getting paid for it until April 22nd, you know? It would just suck. It would suck to do a bunch of live streams and like make a bunch of money and then have to wait literally like 55 days to see any of that money, as opposed to a mere 22. So that's why I was like, let's just stream as much as fucking possible, make a big deal out of it with all the videos being back. That'll also generate ad revenue for the few times that we're not streaming, or for anybody who doesn't care about the stream and is just watching the videos. And we'll get to the streams later, probably anyways, when the VOD is out. So yeah, it's just a good way to have a little bit of extra pocket money come the middle of March. And then obviously setting up March to be a month where the channel just makes a shitload of residual money from all the videos being available. And yeah. I'm glad people are having such a good time. I've gotten nothing but thanks for like a solid day. I got a lot of thanks. Somebody literally just DM'd me, "You're a genius," on Twitter. And I'm like, no, I'm an idiot, because I unlisted all these videos that could have been making me money all this time. But thanks for the compliment. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the right move to bring it back, because everybody's very happy about it. Even people who I know are like going to have to like apologize for the fact that they watch a person who made some of these videos that exist. You know, I know that you guys are still like, yeah, but I still want them. I still want them. And so do I. I understand. I feel you. I don't want my art to disappear just because it doesn't represent me currently. Put a lot of work into it, you know? There's something valuable in there, I'm sure. I haven't rewatched a lot of it, so I can't really say for sure. But, you know, I really want to re-listen to Artso Fartso's Whirling Dervish podcast and figure out what the fuck was going on there. What about that Uzumaki anime they announced a million years ago? Yeah, I'm wondering about that too. We watched. That's what the other show was that we watched.
We did watch anime, Junji Ito.
We watched like fucking 9 episodes before we passed out of the Junji Ito adaptation, and at first we thought it was really gonna suck because the first episode sucked, and then it picked up, and some of them were really solid. The Floating Heads one was really fun. I'm sure it's a lot shorter than like the actual story in the manga because they're all very short. Some of them are a little hard to comprehend. But I really like the one where the kid turns into ice cream. That was fun. Weird one. That one was creepy. The balloon heads was fun. I really like the one where the kid like builds a labyrinth around his brother's room just to fuck with him.
No, he gets the handyman to do it.
Yeah. He I guess cons a handyman just by helping him out and
because the handyman's clearly
creates
weird
an insane room. Will I ever complete my light novel? Which one?
Yeah.
Pick one. There's a lot. There's like ones I have in my head as like what I consider the best ones, which are not ones that are in any way public, but have segments written that, and like the rest, like I know the whole story structure. I just haven't had made it through the mental breakthrough of how I want to do one scene. Like a scene I know has to exist, but I don't really want to write it because I think it's going to be obnoxious in order to be funny. Or I don't know how to make it funny without it being obnoxious. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going for. I hate writing characters that don't talk enough like me for me to easily just spill out everything they're gonna say and it be like a good character still. But anyways, that's getting really into the technicalities of a book no one has read or probably will for at least another year that it would take even if I was actively writing it. Yeah, I have a lot of writing projects that are always on the back burner, but I've been more active about Substack lately. Like because of the fact that we're always on the go, it's not easy to like have a setup randomly to make video content when we're like out and about. But sometimes it's like we're in a hotel room, I can't sleep because I'm like this, and I just start writing fucking blog posts about whatever I've been thinking about lately. Usually like a CD that I re-listened to and had a bunch of feelings about and was like, oh, I gotta fucking write about this, even if it's only like a paragraph or something. And I try to always have some kind of... Like, I guess I'm trying to feel like I understand movies, and so it helps me to write reviews of all the movies I see just so I can, like, feel more confident about the fact that I can talk about them, like, with authority. Because people have always taken me a lot more seriously as an anime authority than my ability to speak on anything else. I think I'm starting to get there with music, where I'm getting good enough at writing about it and have a broad enough palette and enough understanding of music history that like people can kind of take it seriously. But with video games or movies, it's like no matter how big of a fan I am and how much analysis I watch of it, I just have nowhere near the amount of experience of the people that I think are really good at that stuff,
I can't keep sitting in this chair.
Okay.
Do you want to play Doom?
I could play Doom. Or I could, I don't know. You don't want to play any more video games?
No.
I mean, you could do it from the bed if you want. No, you're done. It is very hot in this room too. I kind of don't really want to keep going on streaming because I am tired as well.
Well, another lie from Trixie the Golden Witch said she was going to be streaming until midnight.
Yeah, well,
Well, take that. It's
really
somewhere.
hot. We're not getting like a wealth of super chats right now, so I'm not like, hey, we can't leave because there's so many super chats coming in. It's more like, holy fuck, it's hot and I'm tired. And also we have a chili though. We have to finish the chili.
Well, yeah.
So I guess we'll just be doing that. But
I can definitely say I probably won't play Doom off of stream.
Yeah, this is a game that you want to play on stream.
It's a pretty good stream game because it's pretty
super
intensive.
Hyperactive. Yeah, there's always something happening. It's like easy to pay attention to.
It's also pretty difficult for me, and I think that's a fun challenge.
Do you feel like if If I wasn't there, do you feel like you'd be able to talk enough to...
Oh no. I don't got the vocabulary.
Vocabulary. I just mean like in terms of how much concentration it takes. How does it compare to like being really into an Overwatch match in terms of concentration amount?
This is harder than Overwatch.
Okay.
Ah, fuck! I don't have guns or ammo though.
Is it harder than Borderlands 3?
Yes, definitely.
Is it harder than The Legend of Zelda?
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Is it harder than Dark Souls 3?
No.
Is it harder than Elden Ring?
Yes.
So you think Dark Souls 3 is harder than Elden Ring by like a significant margin?
I do.
Interesting, because I found Dark Souls 3 very easy. But you only found it easy once you switched over to the build that I used to make it easy. So you were making it hard for yourself by not being
I was trying to do a dex build and it didn't work out.
They just don't fucking have enough good dex weapons in the early game. You'll learn all this when I edit the rest of the Bird Friends play about that game. Is it harder than Pokemon MNMS?
Yes.
What do you think is the hardest Pokemon?
Hardest Pokemon. I don't know.
Hey, celebrate the first super chat from Hysteria with $10.
Woo! Thank you,
Always
Hysteria.
love the way you think and write. Glad the videos are back and you sound well. Thank you very much. I'm glad I still sound well after fucking a billion hours awake. When did it was we woke up from a tent almost blowing away yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
I got
morning
up
at about
around
4:30.
I managed to get back to sleep, and I think I got up at like 8:30 or 9. We left the campground at 9, so it must have been like 8:30 when I got up.
I don't know who Brian Singer is.
Got in the car. We went 6 hours mostly listening to Man's Not Hot.
Never hot.
And then went to Crust Burger, the
Joyland,
home of the Crust Burger, and got the delicious Crust Burgers. Continued on the rest of the way home, and then
alright, I have a new thing.
I listed videos all night long, and then stayed up watching analysis videos till Bird was awake, and then live streamed for almost 10 hours. I guess it's almost 9
almost
hours,
9.
Currently.
Yeah.
But we're closing in on a 9-hour day of live streaming. I'd say we did a sizable amount. We recommended also lots of other YouTubers along the way. We talked about all kinds of stuff that's cool in media, in the world. I think we covered most of the shit that we've watched recently. Since remembering Junji Ito. So there's like that, and we saw a little bit of Chainsaw Man, Trigun, and Onimai is like all we've seen from this season, I think. But I knew there was something else, and it was fucking driving me crazy. I don't think we've watched any live action TV shows that are like new, but we have watched Quantumania and Puss in Boots as recent movies. Still haven't seen Avatar 2.
Oh yeah, The Way of Water.
It's just so long. But we've got time. We could do it soon.
Shit. Am I dead? Oh no.
It seems like it's worth it. I've heard a lot of good things. I've made a shitload of money. I'm probably the most excited about Guardians 3 as far as upcoming movies go, because I'm a MCU fucking baby now.
MCU baby.
MCU baby. It's my favorite superhero cartoon.
Alright, that's it.
Watch Cocaine Bear if it's supposed to be good.
We're
then I'll
going to
check it
see
out.
Cocaine Bear, I think. I don't know.
Cocaine Bear. Alright, everybody.
Alright.
Thanks for joining us on this very long stream through most of the day.
Well, this was not a
Thank
very
you so
long
much
stream.
for the support. It was almost 2 hours. It was we did a lot. We did it